I'm at 224 Morrow Road in South Lebanon, Ohio, doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. We are looking for any structural issues, root intrusion, anything that may be of concern to the buyer. The access points, there's a couple here, so we're going to have to kind of go as we find out what's going on. The house is old enough that we have it's a converted septic, meaning there's a line that comes out of the basement wall really high that probably used to go to a tank that now goes into the sewer main. But the access points, we have a clean out next to, there's a little salon, an old converted garage that is a salon to the rear of the house. We're going to start there because it comes out of that old garage and then goes towards the house. There's also a clean out if you're facing the house from Morrow Road that is on the rear left of the house behind the master bedroom. And so we're also probably going to access the line there, and it probably either comes to the back alley here or goes around the house, and we'll find out where that line coming out of the basement ties in. That line does have a clean out, but it looks like it's never been removed, and based off of the pipe material, it's just not a good, not something that I would want to mess with unless it's absolutely necessary. So the first step is going to be going through again this clean out here. As you can see. So, this clean out here is just to the back door of that, the old garage, the salon. There is the back of the house. So we're going to go from here up towards the main house first. Hopefully be able to see kind of what's going on. This all looks like PVC, which is good. So there's a pretty major offset here. That looks like that's when it was put in. Looks like either a repair or a modification was made. And so it does drop, but it's dropping downstream, so it's not obstructing flow. You don't see any backups. So that may need a second opinion. It looks like the Fernco, that piece of rubber there, is holding together, but it has dropped probably an inch into this lower line. I do have a standoff on the camera. Okay, so we have a line coming into the left. And I think I'm going to take a look at that because I want to make sure that we try to figure out what's coming in where. I think I'm just going to go ahead and I'll locate that on the way back. Looks like we have another section here held together with a rubber Fernco. It's not an ideal hookup, but it looks like it has sunk a little bit, but that this is all still, I believe, still the line coming from this salon only, and I didn't see any solid buildup in that spot. So it is being held together. It looks to me like we're heading around to the right, which would mean possibly right if you're facing the back of the house. Now, I'm standing at this clean out. So this may go out to the side street. So far, the line looks like it's in pretty good shape. There were a couple connections made, obviously, with some Fernco's that usually that means there was a repair made in there. or a modification to either update or move some plumbing, add a connection, stuff like that. Okay, because right here now we have a Y in from the left. So again, I'm going to locate all these spots on the way back. What we'll do is we'll try to run some water in different parts of the house and different fixtures, and we'll try to pinpoint what's coming in where. That way we can kind of map this out a little bit and know what's going on. Now, so far, once we've gotten past those fern cones and that line that was dedicated from this salon over to the main line, it all looks pretty good. Now we are getting out about 100 feet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to run some water, see if I can get a little bit of help getting that camera down the line a little bit, just because of the number of turns and the length that I'm out. It's starting to get a little bit hard to push the camera. Okay, so we have some water running in the salon. This should take it a minute to get all the way down to the camera. But hopefully that helps push that camera down. It's already pushing easier. Made another turn there. Good news is we do have a lot of water behind us. Hopefully that makes it a little easier to get this the rest of the way out. Surprised that there's not another clean out here, since I am out 130 feet, that I haven't found another access point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to see exactly where the camera is. I'm going to go locate exactly where the camera is so we know where I'm heading and how close I am to getting off the property. So again, I'm just going to pause for a minute to get a locate. to be within a few feet of the main here, based off of the manhole back there. It looks like that's where we're at. And there we are. You can see the connection on the main there. So that's good news. We made it all the way to the main. And the line looks like overall it's in great shape. It is PVC all the way out, which is good. There were a couple of those offsets, but that's isolated to the line coming out of the salon, I believe, but I'm going to look at that because it may have been where they cut out a section to add in a Y or a branch for this salon. So I'm going to run some water inside from a few fixtures. I think the first one we'll do will be the master bedroom, master bath. That should be the first one we come up as we pull back. And then after that we'll try to do the upstairs bathroom and the kitchen, which is probably on the original what we're going to do is we're actually going to go through that other clean out when I'm done here, through this line, and that way we can get a look at that branch, because it comes over pretty far away from the house. So we probably got another 40 feet of pipe over there to inspect. Should be coming up on that connection here. I can see this little bit of water. There's that connection. We've already run a ton of water, so it's not affecting flow, but I do want to go ahead and locate that and call that out at about 21 feet. So I'm going to pause the video again to locate this spot. Okay, so we moved over. We're going to go in through this clean out here behind the laundry room. You can see this is the back of the house. There's the clean out in the ground. We're going to send this one out to where this ties into the new one. You know, a little bit of like, that's just mold and stuff hanging off. That's not anything. Again, this all looks really good. And here is where it wires into the rest of the line. So you can see there's like basically some like mold buildup on the bottom of the pipe, but the flow line is not affected. Everything's good. We'll continue to go out a little bit further just to see. And this is where we met before. You can see the water coming through. That's the water coming from the main house. So that's as far as we need to go. So we've got about 60 feet there. So we'll go ahead and pull back. This line all looks really good too. So far we've only got one spot of note, and that was where that connection was made. So I'm going to pull back here. I'm going to see if there's any other way to. This is coming in, I believe. I'm going to go run some water in the kitchen, and we're going to see if this comes in from the kitchen, because I believe it does. I believe this is a Y-in from the kitchen line. So I'm going to pause the video again real quick, and so we can go run some water and verify. Okay, so this is just the, this looks to be just the laundry room. I thought it was the kitchen, but the kitchen is on the original line. And this is just coming over and picking up the laundry room before it exits out of this. Oh, and there's that piece we hit on the front of the camera. That caught on the thing there. There we go. So it's just like some old buildup on the pipe. Okay, we're back out. So the line all looks really good. We did follow it all the way out to the main. We were able to inspect most of the line. We were unable to inspect the branch from the main house to where it ties in to the rest of the lateral. We did do 140 feet plus about 60 here. We did about 200 feet of pipe, but there's probably 30 that we were unable to access due to the only access being in the basement, with it being an old cast iron, and the cap has never been removed, and so the only way to remove it would be to chisel it out. And after doing flow tests and making sure that the line's running, it's not something that you would want to mess with unless it's absolutely necessary. So there's only a few feet of pipe that was, like I said, uninspected, but out of, we did do over 200 feet of pipe here, all the way out to the main. It is all PVC. It all looked good. And I think that other line has also been replaced with PVC coming out of the main house, based off the connection and some of the other evidence I've seen with all the water lines being replaced and things like that. So everything looked good. I did mark the 2 offsets where that connection was made, where the modification was made. They are not causing a backup at this time. It's just something to note. You want to know those things are there in case you have a future thing with the salon or something like that. You would at least know to kind of monitor that and make sure it hasn't changed at all. But right now it's not obstructing flow. So and then, like I said, beyond that, the rest of the line looked great. It's all PVC. It's all the connections were tight, and didn't see any issues. So that'll end the inspection for 224 Morrow Road in South 11 in Ohio.